This week on the Steam Machine Podcast, we played a game. It's called Incredible Machine. Cue the music. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Steam Machine Podcast. My name is Dalton, and joining me is my co-host that I thought would get the Pink Floyd reference, but he didn't, and it's also his birthday, Willie!
So that's what exactly happened in my head, is like you started doing it, and I couldn't make it out, and then as I started doing that little drum solo, I'm like, oh, that was Welcome to the Machine. Yeah, it just took me a minute to track it, but hi, how's it going?
It's going good, man, it's going good. We could touch on it in a second, but both of you and I are a year older since the last time we recorded. But
yeah, man, isn't that cool?
Before we touch on that, though, we got one other person to introduce. He's the man whose computer was a piece of dick. He's the man who is feeling sick. In the reboot, I think he could play the Tick, but as you guys know him, we call him Mick. Mick, how you doing, buddy?
Spoon. Fuck you, Jeff. What's South Park?
All right, getting him in early.
Gotta get him in early. He gets me at the end, like the last freaking media dump. Dane said to Jeff, "How do you want to close out the show?" And he starts talking like he's gonna say something like whimsical and philosophical and just wise beyond his years. And he takes a deep breath. Fuck you, Mick. Not watching South Park. And the whole time I'm thinking, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? No, he doesn't sound like he's gonna. Oh, you did it. So what's going on, birthday gents?
Not too much, man. Willie, I'm kind of bummed for you that you're snowed in almost on your birthday, but at the same time, you get some pretty snow to look at. So, like, that's kind of cool, at least for me.
It is pretty nice out there. I mean, not in terms of physically being out, but it's nice to look at. You know, I do enjoy snow. You know, it would be really ironic if my screen name on a lot of things was Ice Brand, and then I'm like, I hate winter, actually.
Now, speaking of Ice Brand, wait till you get your birthday present. It's on its way.
Interested in that. I looked at the UPS earlier, but I think it's going to be, probably around the 29th when it shows up, because I don't know if it's going to have an easy time getting from location to location now.
I think it started moving before the storm, but it probably still got stalled.
I looked and I thought it was still in like Massachusetts or whatever.
Oh yeah, so it's the
Massachusetts.
That's typically what happens. It goes from the UPS store that I drop off to, and then it goes to the like state office, which is like half an hour away, and then it goes to Massachusetts, and then it starts making its way to its destination.
And then it goes to hell, Minnesota.
Michigan.
Oh, it is Michigan. Damn it.
Minnesota's not bad. They have them all in America.
Yeah, no, it's just that there's a place called Hell in Michigan, like a town, and they do like a lot of tourist stuff like that.
Yeah, there was a Comedy Central.
I am going to recheck though. I also, the easiest way to remember it is there was a video game called Hell Report from Michigan, which of course took place in Chicago.
Of course.
I can't explain it. I think the official explanation was Lake Michigan, and it was just a coincidence that it was also called Hell, because it's not the same as Hell a Cyberpunk Adventure, which was the one that had Dennis Hopper and FMV.
Fucking Dennis Hopper. Wow.
I know, right?
Hell is other robots.
Hell is full, blood is fuel.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that much I desire. Ooh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already noticed, this is just kind of going to be a bullshitting episode. Cause,
some nerds nerding nerdily.
Some nerds nerding nerdily.
Yeah.
Man.
We did play a game, but,
We'll touch on it.
I am tracking the package you sent me, and it's loading really slow. And in fact, if I go to the service alerts page, it specifically blames severe weather conditions affecting our Louisville, Kentucky hub, which is me.
So
it's our fault.
One of these days, probably when the weather's a little bit warmer, I gotta take a ride down to Kentucky. Not a ride, probably a flight.
It can be nice.
I did take a ride. I did drive. It was about a 3-day drive, all told, because we stopped in D.C. But I did take a drive to Tennessee.
Tennessee can be nice too.
To visit my buddy Joe, who also coincidentally lives in the same town as Nate, although I'm not convinced Nate cares to run into him. But yeah, I'm just looking for an excuse to go to Kentucky. Don't mind me.
We'll find an excuse. I wish they would start doing the Tadpog prom again, but it feels like ever since COVID, they've been a little less enthusiastic about getting the whole meetup together, which is sad because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would definitely travel for that. Although my wife is kind of limiting the amount of trips that I could take without her and Kyle, because I've already used up my allotment by going to CES.
Well, you had to eat that cum, man. I understand.
Somebody's got to.
It was the Serial Eaters Composium, according to Patreon.
It was.
Why did I say Composium? I completely blew it at the end of that.
I mean, it was still cum. There's always cum.
If you talk to Dalton, I blew it all week for when I was in Vegas.
Frosted them flakes.
Yeah, lucky them charms.
Great.
I've been wanting to set up something to get a bunch of us to meet up for like a long weekend or something. And my original idea was to find a central location and to have Mick fly here, and then you could shotgun with me and we could drive up to wherever, maybe stop in North Carolina and pick up Dane unless he wanted to drive himself and shoot up somewhere for like a, get a cabin or something with the Airbnb type thing with enough rooms for people for.
I mean, that's usually what I do at CES. I end up sharing a B&B with other YouTubers, and it ends up being a fun time. But I would love it if there was like not like a whole big convention attached. We just like seriously like
just
get together,
place.
share a house,
I'll whip
bullshit,
up some food.
have some drinks. You can cook. I can cook.
I'll beat everyone in Doom death matches on our little handhelds.
Yeah.
I would definitely bring my computer with me. Oh my god, if we could set up a LAN party, dude, we'd be the ultimate nerds. It'd be sweet.
That's so tight. I know. Bringing it back 2003
right, I start
style.
handing out GOG copies of Unreal Tournament again. I'm like, all right, come on, let's do this shit.
Oh, bringing it back 1999 style. All right.
Fuck yeah. That would be fun.
I mean, we could play World of Warcraft, get into the 2000s.
Mick, we're not going to be able to convince anybody else but me and you to sit there and play World of Warcraft.
That's fair. And you know what? I'll put South Park on the TV and Jeff will be a captive audience. I'll have no choice.
You're just going to put him in the Clockwork Orange device.
Yep.
And Jeff comes out and he's Butters now. Well, guys, I don't really know if I want to do that anymore.
He's already fucking Butters. That's why he doesn't want to watch South Park.
Oh, man. Willie, what you been up to since our last episode, my good man?
Man, well, I was a little late from the last one. Been kind of, again, dealing with the winter weather and all that, and generally not having all the energies and stuff I'd want. So I can't remember what I was reporting on the last time I was talking to y'all on the show.
I feel like it's been forever, even though it's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say, did I talk about the game Amid Evil any on the last episode? Because I was really getting into that one for a little bit.
I don't believe so. It feels like it's been forever because we recorded early when you went to CES, so it's actually been like 3.5 weeks.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, so it has been like almost over 3 weeks since we recorded. I guess I could check my Steam library in activity order and see what.
Well, while you're looking at that, have any of you checked out that Vital Shell game I sent you yet?
I did download it, but I haven't installed it.
Downloaded it on a handheld, but I figured I would wait because I have a feeling that's going to be coming up for the show for some reason.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like, okay, if we were to do a game like Vital Shell for the show, then I feel like we would need to like group it together and be like, okay, this episode we're going to play Vampire Survivors, Megabonk, and Vital Shell. And then we're going to talk about it.
It's one of those like shorter ones.
Yeah, it's just they're the same style of game. They've just they do different things. Vampire Survivors is 2D. Vital Shell is PlayStation 1 style graphics with mechs, but very
kind of like Xenogears.
Yeah.
Or like Power Blade. Or like Virtual On. I don't know. There's been so many mech games.
And then Megabonk is Megabonk.
I genuinely think that the game Megabonk looks the closest to his old school RuneScape. There's just something about how kind of low poly everything is.
I crack a smile every time I see Turtle Bearman is playing Megabonk because I know he's on that handheld just a fucking bonking some
Oh
mechas.
yeah, I guess we should talk about that a little bit. Because, I mean, I think people in the Discord know, but I don't think the viewers know.
Well, hold on. Let's let Willie finish first, and then we'll touch on the Nate stuff.
I mean, yeah, Willie always finishes first.
Zing.
Hardly. Let's see. Ding, 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 ding. Speaking of the handhelds and stuff, though, I configured a bunch of nerd shit on this one. I don't know how long ago it was that I talked about it, but I got so I've got this Iron Odin 2 that Mikolov sent me. It's really nice, and I've actually got it's a weird Sonic and Knuckles 3 type of configuration going on, where I have a USB-A wireless dongle attached into a USB-A to USB 3 thing, and then that goes into the actual port. And that dongle lets me pick up like a Logitech wireless keyboard. So I could actually use this thing almost like a mic, like a little computer almost. So I've been like, when I'm in bed and stuff, I can use it to like SSH into my actual, main desktop computer and like use programs from that. So like I could actually do a little bit of like computer programming and stuff on days where I'm not feeling up for it. And I'm working on installing screen share programs too, so I could, get games going over. So going to set up something like Apollo and Artemis or Sunshine and Moonlight. I tried Steam Link on it, and I just had some pretty bad latency
so
in terms
bad.
of control.
It's so bad.
Okay.
Like, even, you remember those old Steam Links from like the mid 2010s or whatever?
I've never used Steam Link before. That was my first time trying
Steam controller came out, they made this little Linux-based like computer that was only meant to connect to your main computer so that you can like play games in like your living room or something. That was pretty novel at the time.
Oh, okay, cool.
And nobody runs the regular Steam Link even on that. They download Moonlight. They sideload Moonlight.
Okay.
Because the latency, I don't know what, I mean, for everything Valve gets right, they do manage to get something wrong. I don't know why they can't figure out the latency. And like...
Oh, wow, yeah. Classic Steam Link. Look at that.
Yep, that's it right there.
I completely forget about a lot of the Valve hardware because, like, these days, I think of them so much as the Steam and Steam Deck guys that I keep forgetting that they had a bunch of failed projects in between.
Yeah, they did, but...
What's wild to me is this big-ass box, and it's this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is funny. That looks like half of a Nintendo Switch, basically.
Yeah, it's super small, but this box is massive.
I mean, funny thing is that I still use one to this day. But when the dog was around, I would use that Steam Link downstairs to remote into my computer, in my office.
Kana gave me this, and I was going to use it to set it up to where, like, when I was at work, my dad could play some of my computer games on the TV in the living room, but I could never get it to link good. So maybe I'll have to look into sideloading the other thing onto it.
Sideload Moonlight onto it, and you already got Apollo running. It'll work like 10 times better. Excuse me. Yeah, I have a cold.
So I'm looking forward to setting that up myself because then I could use graphical stuff from when I'm not at my computer directly, and I think that would be cool. Like, even if I'm not playing games, like, it would be cool to be able to just open up, like, a little, like, Godot window or something like that, or a small browser window. Well, I guess I could actually just use this thing as a browser, too, so...
Yeah, it's an Android, right?
Like, it has Chrome.
The one thing that you're gonna find about that, Odin 2 Portal, is that screen is 120 hertz refresh rate, so you can actually you could actually set up Apollo and Artemis to stream at 120 hertz.
That would be really cool. I've actually never had a monitor that was more than 60 hertz before.
Yeah, so you'll actually be, and because it'll be so close to your face, like, you're gonna, it's gonna look really good.
Let me give you a tip, though.
Okay, I'm excited.
Turn your monitor off.
What's that?
I said, I'm going to give you a tip, though. When you're doing that, turn your monitor off. Like, if you're streaming a game.
I actually have my Apollo set up to automatically turn my monitor off when it connects.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to look into that.
Okay, cool.
Because then what happens
have to do all the setup.
is it'll turn your main monitor off, and it'll match the resolution of the handheld. So that way you won't have any weird shit going on.
Okay.
And you won't be like laying in bed playing on this handheld, but out of the corner of your eye, you can see the shit you're doing on the handheld happening on your screen across the room, too. So
yeah, I did find that a little bit distracting, even when I was just messing and setting up Steam Link.
Yeah.
And it seemed like there was some weird flicker that way too. So yeah, probably turning off the monitor would be helpful just to be less distractive. But like the little things I've been doing with it, just like with the SSHing into my computer so I can enter like code in a text editor and stuff is kind of neat. Or play a couple of even like games that don't use any graphics, like the stuff in BSD games.
Pretty sure you can
play Adventures. Or
pretty sure you can also put Megabonk on that thing.
Yeah, I think I would like to do that. Except I probably want to just play it from my Steam account because I've got the Steam achievements already being.
So that's what GameHub Lite is for.
Well, hold on, because Willie's might be a little more powerful than mine. I will say, the handheld you sent me is the Aya Neo Pocket Genesis
Evo. Should be about the same in power.
It struggled a little bit with Megabonk with me installing it just straight on there without streaming it.
Oh, really?
Once a bunch of enemies started popping in.
Slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. So, but it still runs pretty fucking well. Like, it didn't creep. You know what I mean? I could just tell it was like 30 frames. Like it was running a little rougher than norms, but it's fun. I will say I have done what everybody assumed I would probably do, which was I watched porn on it because the screen was so clear and it was sweet. I didn't, I just did it to see if it worked. I didn't like bust out it would be really hard to do that while holding that big ass thing, but and this other big ass thing.
Ergonomically difficult.
There's a 7-inch OLED display, 120 hertz.
But I was like, son of a bitch, look at that. This is an Android
probably get some fluid motion.
Fluid.
Yep. I said that on purpose.
I think it's pretty sweet, dude. I think it's going to be my visual novel machine for when I'm laying in bed.
Oh, that's a really good idea. Yeah.
Because I have I don't want to give away too much, but I have something that I want to do this year that is will be like an ode to our buddy Kana, and I'll just leave it at that.
Interesting.
I think these things would also be sweet for playing like the whole Stardew Valley type of cozy games.
Agreed.
The ones that are already very much like old console games.
Yeah, so like Sunhaven, Stardew Valley, Field of Mystery.
Right.
Probably that.
Right, exactly.
What's her face's Isekaya game?
Yeah.
Toho Misty's Isekaya.
There's also a what was that one that you played?
We played Graveyard Keeper for the show.
No. Dalton played it. It was I don't remember. You played as a girl. That's all I remember.
Not Kinseed, because you can create your character in Kinseed. You play as a girl.
What the hell was it? I lost it.
Was it a 2D game or 3D game?
3D game.
3D game. Was it Harvestella?
Nope. You could pick your character in that.
In Harvestella? No, you can't.
I thought you could.
In Harvestella, I'm pretty sure in Harvestella you play as a girl. Let me peer through my stuff.
What's it called? It's like something Journey. So I don't freaking.
Not Critter Cove, right?
No, not Critter Cove. No, you play as an anime girl. What the frick was it called?
Infinity.
That's it.
Oh, not a farming sim. That was like a dress.
Yeah, he was never going to get there from that description, but I just I thought of your trains of thought combined, and I think I got there.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, I didn't play as a girl in Dreamlight Valley. I didn't play as a girl in Echoes of Plum Grove. No, okay, Infinity Nikki. That is a dress-up gacha game.
Oh.
There's a lot of world quests, and it's a beautiful fucking world to explore and all that. But like the gacha involved in that, instead of getting new characters to play with, you get new outfits and stuff to dress up your girl.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. That's not what I was thinking at all.
I somehow got there just from Anime Girl. I'm feeling pretty good about
impressed,
that one.
Yeah.
I can tell sometimes when you guys miscommunicate what is supposed to be being said.
You forge the bond between Connecticut and Florida via Kentucky.
Even though they're Kentucky is nowhere near either of those two places.
But it is between them.
Yeah, it's a crossroads.
Yes. I mean, I guess you can get to one from the other.
You absolutely
probably
can.
Shouldn't, but
via roads in a car.
Yeah, they made those.
I would like us one day to do Echoes of the Plum Grove.
I don't remember that one by title.
It's like Paper Mario style looks.
Okay, already interested.
But like your fucking village can contract the plague and shit like that in it. Like it's.
Oh, you have told me about this one.
Yeah, it's a little more hardcore than like Stardew Valley, but it's also very cutesy at the same time. And I feel like that's going to rip your, like that would be even worse. It's like you have all these cutesy villagers and they all start dying. Fuck.
I mean,
but yeah.
I feel like you're in a Animal Crossing creepypasta.
I was gonna say, like in Animal Crossing, they just move out, and you literally never see them again. Dude, talk about...
That's what you get for not loving Raymond.
Oh, no. Talk about the... And I'm glad that they fixed this in later titles. But talk about the horror of the randomness of the original GameCube version, where you would forge a bond with a villager, get their picture. They would, like, be so happy to see you, and then one day they're just like, you go to their house, and they're all packed up. And they're like, I'm leaving. And you're like, but what do you mean you're leaving? And they'll have the option, like, please don't go. Well, in the original GameCube version, that was a coin toss. Sometimes you would convince them to stay, and sometimes they'd be like, nope, my mind is set. And you had a couple options at that point. One, you would just let them go to the ether, because that's where they would go. They'd never show up to your town again. Or two, you find a friend who also plays Animal Crossing, and you try to get them to your house that day with their memory card, so that you could go visit their town, so that your villager that's leaving you can go there. And then your friend also has to like you enough to run that gamble of having one of their favorite villagers get overwritten.
Sounds like a scam, man.
It's Nintendo. Everything they do is a scam. Gotta catch them all? Come on.
I think Palio would be fun for the show because it's free.
I think I have that one.
Okay. I think we could all have that one.
I mean, it's free. The Rune Factory games, like, I just don't know. I'm looking at my crafting games now, and I'm like, man, I have a bunch. I got one, that I'll talk about when it's my turn. But, fuck it. I guess this is just a free-form episode, really. So I got this game called Teddy's Haven, a fantasy-inspired shop simulator.
Oh, it's a shop game. Okay, that sounds fun.
And you run around, like, so far I've run around, and, like, I haven't seen any combat, but I just do a bunch of collecting. And then I go and I sell the shit in my shop, and I like get the money, and I buy potions and I sell them for a profit, and I buy weapons and sell them for a profit. And it's an early access game, so it looks like today's patch, like literally today, introduced new shelving and some vertical help. So that's cool.
People like them Atelier games, so...
Dude, I would love to play the Atelier games. Specifically the ones that don't have a time limit on them.
I thought those games were more role-playing games than they were cozy games.
They are JRPG crafting games.
Got it.
Because you are an alchemist.
Ah.
Yes, sir.
Alchemist, I guess they never missed. Wow, that joke is way too old.
Oh, man.
Let me get out.
Game-wise, I also was doing a good amount of Planet Crafter, because that is just a really good, I have no mental energy and want to spend my entire day just building things slowly and letting the world progress type of game.
Yeah, you got me really wanting to check that out.
I think you would like it, especially if you just, again, have a low energy day where you just want to change the world slowly. Because I'm now up to the beginning of the insect phase. I'm like, I actually found larvae on the world, but I don't have an incubator to grow them yet.
Interesting.
So it's getting closer and closer to a truly completed planet. And then Nate actually got me the DLC of the Toxicity Planet for the game for my birthday, so I'll have that when I finish this. And then I've also been playing a lot of the first-person shooter Medieval, which it's kind of very much it's kind of a boomer shootery type thing, but the graphics are a little bit less intentionally retro. Like they're more designed to look almost like Unreal type things. But like the weapons are more like Heretic, to where they're like magic weapons that also have an overdrive feature that you can get if you collect enough souls. And I've just very rarely played a first-person shooter with magic weapons that felt that good compared to games with guns or even melee weapons, you know? Like, it's hard to make magic wands feel like they're actually doing something in a video game, you know?
I can agree with that. Like, Hogwarts Legacy did it good, but I've played plenty of other games that, like, it just didn't connect. Like, the wand just felt...
Quest 64?
Floppy.
And yeah.
Doesn't that game notoriously suck?
Yes.
It was famous for being really bad when it came out because it was the only like traditional RPG on the Nintendo 64, and so it had it was being compared to like Final Fantasy VII and every other PlayStation RPG, and yeah, it did not live up to it.
Yeah, that sucks for them.
Yeah, I have a feeling like if you go back to it, it's probably fairly mediocre. I remember renting it once and not hating it. Not loving it, but not hating it.
I was not a fan.
Let's see. Shit, what else was I going to say? But yeah, about a medieval, one thing I'm really liking about this one is it's, you know how a lot of those first-person shooter games are like a couple of long episodes, like three episodes, 10 levels each or whatever? This one's divided into 7 episodes of 4 levels each, and the 4th one's a boss fight. And each of those episodes has a completely different enemy roster and a completely different theme. So you're traveling through a whole bunch of really different feeling worlds.
I like that.
And that means the biggest complaint people have about it is because the enemies only exist in that one episode each, there's a little bit of a lack of enemy variety. Like each world only has 4 to 6 different types of main enemies. But it's also only 4 levels, so you don't really get tired of it before you're bashing through it.
I mean, that makes sense to me. If they're themed, if they're thematic, that's...
Yeah.
I don't see why people bitch about anything, so...
Yeah. And the magic wand that is basically the equivalent to the rocket launcher in this game literally shoots shrunken planets at things.
That's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
There's actually an achievement for it because it pulls the planets randomly from the universe, according to the lore. There is an achievement for destroying the Earth using that
That's
weapon.
kind of cool. I live on Earth, so that part's not cool, but...
Yeah. Egad, not Earth, that's where I keep my stuff.
That's a Hitchhiker's Guide reference,
the Tick line. I think it's the Tick, but it could be Hitchhiker's. It feels Hitchhiker's-y too. But and then all the weapons have powered up weapons versions too. Like that one, instead of shooting planets, shoots like supernovas or black holes or something when you get the powered up mode. But you can only use the powered up mode for a few seconds, so you kind of want to save it for really difficult battles. So it's kind of like the Tome of Power from Heretic, where you get the powered up weapons, but you want to make sure you use them enough without wasting them. But it has a really satisfying rhythm to it. And I think the level design's been really good in it. And just, again, it's really hard to get good weapon feel in a magic first person shooter.
I'm trying to...
People compared this to it's published by New Blood, who also published Dusk and Ultra Kill, and people compare it to those in terms of quality. Yeah. So it is up there in the best of the retro shooters.
So I remember an old DOS game called Magic Carpet, and that was the closest I can get to a magic first person shooter, and fuck that game.
I was about to bring that up. I have Magic Carpet 1 and 2 on GOG. Fun fact, do you know who created Magic Carpet?
I forget.
This is going to be a big name.
It is a big name. I just forgot it. Because I never owned it. I played it at my friend's house because he had the computer. I didn't.
God, I don't want to actually look it up and cheat. Was it? Man, if I knew who published it, that would probably help. But that's...
I can tell you who published it.
Damn, Nep, I'm blanking.
I'll tell you who published it and you see if you can guess it. Bullfrog.
Was it Peter Molyneux?
Peter Molyneux.
Damn it, that's what I was actually leaning towards in the first place. That's why I asked who published it.
It was Peter Molyneux. Fucking Fable Man.
Yeah. Back when he was still a beloved rock star before he was a guy that was more famous for hyping up his games than actually delivering.
Yeah.
And it sounds like other people are going to be developing the game that he wanted to make.
Yeah, that Fable looks really good, man.
All right, I'm willing to give it a shot. I know people love Fable.
I loved Fable. Even the third one that people didn't care for, I still liked it.
I watched people play Fable that had it. I didn't have a computer that would run it at the time, and I didn't have an Xbox either. But sometimes I'd go to a friend's house and he'd be playing the Xbox, and he was like, check this shit out. If I do all this, I'll gain a bunch of evil points and my face will look all fucked up. And I'm like, cool. Yeah. It's definitely a game people were enjoying just doing shit.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. That's the one big stink I've seen online about the new Fable is that it doesn't have that.
That seems like that kind of loses half the point of the game.
They still have that morality, but instead of your character changing, everyone starts treating you differently. So
that's a bit more realistic, but it's a freaking fantasy world, dude.
Yeah. I did see that everyone they added a new enemy, which is a big fire-breathing chicken, basically. That's like a cockatrice type thing. And you can still kick chickens. And I can't wait to hear, "Oi, chicken chaser!"
Nice.
You know they're going to somehow manage to get that in there.
They have to, dude. They have to.
Yeah.
You even start the game as a kid.
Yeah, you do. That's kind of the cornerstone of all the Fable games. At least the first one. You start as a kid, and then you grow up eventually.
But
we all do. Sad.
But yeah, Willie, I'll definitely keep a medieval in mind because that sounds cool.
Yeah, I think you would probably like it, and a lot of those New Blood games go on sale pretty often, or they end up in bundles a lot too. So, Like, you might have got it in a bundle at one point, because I did get it on one of those itch.io charity bundles.
I don't have it on Steam. Now you got me. Let me go check itch. Been playing anything else before I move on to some things that I've been dabbling in before we get to mix Jism Jam 2025 or whatever he went to?
Did I talk about that? I guess I haven't been on the...
I don't remember if you did or not.
Yeah, no,
You couldn't have talked about it because we recorded before you went on purpose.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you, Willie.
I thought we recorded an episode after I got back.
No.
No, you guys were getting together to record, and I missed that recording because I was just under the weather. You guys just sat around and played American Truck Simulator for an hour or something like that instead.
The last game we played was, oh god. What was the last game we played? Mortal Kombat 9?
Yes.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, that's right. Wow.
Why does that feel like forever ago?
There may be... Yeah.
Because it was.
I guess so.
It's been almost a month.
Yeah, we usually don't go this long between recordings, but because we bumped that one up and bumped this one back, yeah.
Well, shoot. Man,
It's crazy.
Tell time to stop moving.
Into the future.
I knew you were going to do it. That's slipping, not moving.
Wanna fly like an eagle. I prefer Seal's version, just saying.
I remember liking Seal's version, and I haven't heard that in a long time.
It goes really hard in it. It's really good. But yeah, so let's see.
I still kind of went hard most of the time. Like, I did kind of think of him as just he definitely had one of those voices that he would use all of.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. What was...
Well, the big song was Kiss from a Rose, obviously, from the Batman Forever
soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then he also did the Space Jam song. I believe I can fly.
No, that was R. Kelly.
Was that R. Kelly? Oh, man.
I think. I better double check that because I really don't want to put a song on R. Kelly if it belonged to someone else.
Oh, man. I can't.
Yeah, it's R. Kelly.
Now I got to pee on somebody while I'm singing that. I don't like that.
No, I'm sorry.
Lather myself up in baby oil. I believe I can soar. Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of Diddy. Jesus Christ. I'm getting all kinds of R&B singers confused
What the fuck did I
tonight.
just come back to? Are we having a Diddy party?
Me?
Dalton doesn't know things.
Me getting a bunch of 90s R&B singers confused.
Alrighty then.
Oh,
Did you guys watch that Diddy documentary, by the way?
Oh, I've been meaning to. I should probably watch that tomorrow.
I have heard that it is, like, that one was made with some special hate to
was.
It's because it was produced by 50 Cent. And 50 Cent's apparently been working on it since before Diddy got arrested.
And using Diddy's own footage.
Yeah.
50 Cent may be the most petty motherfucker I've ever seen in my entire life, and it cracks me up.
Oh, that documentary.
I have heard people say that for this documentary, he deserves like an award for being petty.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He had all of it coming to him.
Sure.
But
No. I get that, but like 50 Cent once bought the first like 200 seats in an arena of a Ja Rule show so that no one would be up front. Like, he is a petty motherfucker.
That is, sometimes you just have to appreciate a talented hater. Yeah. If you got a good hater,
He was smart with his money, so he can just troll people with thousands of dollars like that just because fuck them. That's why.
Something about that.
So I want you guys to just...
It's admirable in a not my road to walk down, but I'm glad someone has. Wait.
So recently it was my birthday, and
happy birthday!
Thank you, I appreciate that. 34, and
wow, you're 10 years younger than me.
Nate snagged me a couple of gamey roos, right? So he got me the Outer Worlds 2, and I was like,
oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
That sounds very you.
I was like, that's what's up. I said, but I'm gonna hold on to that for a second because the other game he got me was called Liminal Core.
Oh, right.
And
yeah. See, you were binging this mother.
I was like, let me check this game out because it looks super cool. So I loaded into it. Now, before I get into this, two things. One, I don't know how or if the game's just weird. I mean, let me just rephrase that. The game is fucking weird, but I finished Chapter 5 before I finished Chapter 4. 42.4% of players have finished Chapter 4. 8.7% of players have finished Chapter 5.
Interesting.
So I'm like, what did I do? I don't know what I did.
Sequence breaking bitch.
Did I find a hidden chapter or something? I don't know. I only missed 2 achievements, which is killing me. One of the achievements only 2.5% of players have. So, but I just want to, if you guys had to guess, because I sent you guys a lot of pictures of this game. I was like, I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to take a screenshot of everything I think just looks cool and would want to share. How many screenshots do you think I took in my
20,
14
30?
hours playing this?
I was going to say dozens.
Okay, so 20 or 30, dozens. You want to give me a more solid number than dozens? Just pick one. It's all good.
Yeah, I'll say 57.
Okay. 57. Mikolov, you said 20 or 30?
I'm going to go with 31.
Okay. 31, 57. I took 184.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I went screenshot ham in this game because everything.
So you didn't share all the ones you took then?
No.
Yeah.
No, Nate has scolded me before for sharing massive amounts of screenshots, so I avoid sharing them in that group. I think I posted more in the screenshots section of the Discord, but once I started hitting the later chapters, I stopped doing that.
Okay.
It was just like...
Didn't want to spoil
it just started getting real wacky, where it was like I would only post like one or two that didn't really show anything. But man, what a cool fucking game. I couldn't put it down once I picked it up. I don't know how. Its recent reviews are mixed on Steam. It's on sale right now for $5.99, but its normal price is $7.99, and it is absolutely worth $8. Like, fuck yeah, dude. So I guess to explain it a little bit, I was just talking about it. Liminal Core starts you off in the back rooms, specifically the pool area of the back rooms, and that's where Chapter 1 takes place.
Now, is this like a missed, like, I don't know how I got here type deal?
Yeah. You wake up in a pool, and you kind of get up out of the water. Well, excuse me, one second.
I wake up in a pool feeling like, I don't know, Seal maybe?
Like, I believe I can fly. See, jokes comes right back around.
Yep.
You come up out of the water and you're just like in this pool room. And I told my mom, I was having a conversation with her. I was like, I think this would be freakier to me had I grown up around more places with indoor pools, because where I'm at, it's all oceans and outside pools. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it still just gives you that there's something off about it. It's liminality is so cool to me, because it's like you've never been there, yet you feel like that you've always been there. I don't know how to explain it.
There's like a dream logic to it all,
Are you
really.
solving puzzles, or are you just making your way?
It's like a, I would say they're navigation puzzles.
Okay.
It's like a big maze that you're trying to find your way through.
Okay.
But the first thing that really threw me off, and my mom was actually in here for this, and I was glad that somebody else was in here for this, was when I came upon that pool that just had a fucking house in it. And I was like, what the fuck? So anyway, you go through the pool area, you end up having to, you go through this one pool, not to spoil anything, but there's a section where you're going through, I won't tell you where, you're going through the water, and you hear something go by you, like something big go by you in the water. And you get an achievement. What was that? There's definitely something in this water with you. And I'm like, I don't want to know that. Fuck. So you make your way through that. You end up going through a bunch of little like slides. And then you go down a big slide. And I'm talking like big fucking slide opening. And this is where I landed in that pool next to the giant frog head. And when you land, that frog head's just staring straight ahead. And then its eyes just slowly shift and look directly at you. And it's like, oh no. Sweet mother of God. And that was, even in just the picture, Willie's like, I don't like that thing's looking at me. Like,
Yep.
And throughout the whole chapter 2, you're kind of still in like a poolish looking area, but they're like, there's all these other weird things going on. It's the third area that started to fuck with me, because it looked like long hallways in like a kindergarten school. And I'm like, ugh. And then I go through another hallway and it's like a hotel. And then you end up in this area that looks like a giant, like McDonald's playpen looking thing. And you're having to navigate through this, but there's darkness everywhere and there's fucking clowns hiding in shadows and shit. Like, dude.
So you can die in this game, or you can lose life.
You can fall into the darkness or walk into the darkness, and you get an achievement for it if you do it 10 times. But it doesn't kill you. It just resets you outside of the darkness.
Okay.
So there's not really any like dying per se.
Okay, so this is more of an experience than a game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a walking simulator.
Got
but a very, very creepy one.
I mean, I do like walking simulators now, apparently.
But there's a thing in this game that doesn't bother me, but I'd be very interested for people who have an issue with it. There's an achievement for it. I think it's called megalophobia.
Huh.
Let me see. Yeah, megalophobia, fear of giant objects. And there's a lot of them in this. And yeah, I'm not going to go too much more into it because it's just boring listening to me talk about it. But like, experience this game for yourself. It's $7.99. I posted a bunch of screenshots in the Discord, and it led Dane to be incredibly intrigued and want to play it, and it led Kana to be freaked out and never want to play it. So, got two of the coinciding or difference of opinions. I love when that happens. Other things I've been fucking with, I started a new save on Sunhaven, which is anime Stardew Valley. Played a little bit of Encased. Bought that for you boys. I think that'll be a fun game for the show sometime. Yeah, Willie, you may be sitting with a gift that you haven't accepted. I don't know. But yeah, it's a sci-fi CRPG, kind of based on it's like an ode to the early Fallout games, like that style of.
Oh, I see it here now. Yeah. I haven't installed it yet, but I see it now.
Yeah, you don't have to install it yet, but it's a
bit of a bigger
cool
file.
Game. Yeah, I think it's like 20 gigs or so.
20 is almost exactly correct. Yeah, 20.75 or 20.57.
I did fire.
Yeah, when I saw a sci-fi post-apocalyptic RPG, I just went, "Oh, it's a Fallout."
Yes, and I explained it to Dane, and he's like, "I am very intrigued." So I snagged it for him and Jeff while we were recording, and I went ahead and snagged a copy for you boys as well. I didn't get one for Nate because I don't think he would like it. I don't think he would like CRPG. I don't think that's his bag. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong, but I just don't know. But speaking of Nate, the other game he got me, Outer Worlds 2. Dude, that game's pretty fucking funny. Like, from the title screen, when you load in and you're like choosing what you want to do, like start a new game, you're talking to the Spacer's Choice, the big moon head thing. You're talking to that thing. And he's like, "What do you want to do today?" And be like, "Oh, I want to continue from where I left off." And he's like, "All right, coming right up." And then it loads you into your game and stuff. It's pretty cool. But I really enjoy the flaw system in that game. You don't have to take them, but if you do things a certain number of times, you might get offered a flaw. Like, if you stare at the sun for too long, it'll give you cataracts. Like that kind of thing. And it's been great.
That so very reminds me of the genetic system in Rogue Legacy, where every time you have a new life, like, you start off with a couple of genetic traits. Some are positive and some are negative, and a lot of them are things like farsightedness or whatever, where it makes the graphics look worse in the near area around your character.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love stuff like that because it makes you feel like your character's developing as you play them. You know what I mean? Like, and
yeah.
And the writing's just been great so far. The game has got that wit that I know Obsidian is good at. And yeah, I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. Looking forward to put some more time into it after I'm done sinking some time into the RPGs that we're having to play at the moment. Because we got one on the plate, and then we got another one on our plate that I'm stoked for. That's going to be a good time.
I'm stoked for that too.
That yet.
It's just... I don't know how far I'm going to get in either of these games.
I have a feeling that I'm going to finish at least like 1.5 of them, just because. Because I don't think we can finish. I don't think we can. I mean, I'm going to have to finish one of them by default, just because the nature of the show.
So the problem with some of these RPGs that we're playing is I don't want to rush through them. Like, right. I'm not going to say too much about Like a Dragon now, because that's for the next episode, but one thing I am kind of committed to is enjoying the ride, which means that, I'm going to try to beat it, but if I'm having fun with it and doing the side questing and stuff, who knows?
If you don't beat it by the episode, all I ever want to get across is that just try to get it done before we get the next game going.
Oh, yeah. I did that with Y5.
Yeah.
Going into Y6, I just finished Y5 real quick.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say Y's, and I was going to be like, you mean E's?
No,
I see what you're going with now.
I could have said RGG5, but I said Y5. Don't ask me why. I could have said Y5R.
Now it just sounds like you're saying Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Your Wi-Fi router?
The Wi-Fi? The router?
The Wi-Fi. I like Wi-Fi. It's like when we were like, I don't know, in high school or whatever age Halo came out, a lot of us called the sniper rifle the snipper riffle because it pissed off like half of the people in the group.
Sounds like some shit I would do.
Oh yeah. It's very adolescent teenager shenanigans.
I mean, I remember when I was in college, I would purposely misspell the word the. T-E-H. Just be like, yeah.
Tellols.
Tellols.
So let me wrap my section up. Installed the Talos Principle 2. Haven't played any of it yet, but I just been in the hankering for puzzles. Who would have thought? And been playing some American Truck Simulator when I just feel like relaxing. And it's a good game to like pop on and then like hop in the host chat and just bullshit with one of y'all for a little bit.
That's a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it's a very relaxing game in general.
Dude, I kicked on the radio earlier in the game, which I almost never do because usually I have YouTube going, but I put on the radio and I put on the metal station and it was playing a song and I'm like, God damn, this sounds like Metallica. So I look up the lyrics and it was The Unforgiven 3. And I was like, they did a third one? I knew about the second one. I didn't realize they did a third one. The song rocked.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Then they played this song where I recognized this riff and I'm like, why do I recognize this? And it was a fucking song from the first album of Five Finger Death Punch. So I was like, that's why I recognize it, because that was like the one album that I really liked by them back in the day. Dude, he as a vocalist does not hold up.
And Five Finger Death Punch is kind of an acquired taste. I think the only song that I really liked of theirs, and forgive me if I'm fucking this up, because you're also talking to the same guy who can't get Radiohead and Machine Head right. I'm pretty sure they did a cover of Bad Company.
Oh, I hated that one, man. That's why I was certain they were like... That's when I was like, okay, these guys are cooked.
So Mikolov...
But that is the right band.
That's the only song of theirs that I liked is a song that's not even theirs.
They got really big with that, and it completely changed everything about them.
Really?
Their first two albums were like relatively heavy, angsty, just metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they did that Bad Company cover, and then everything after that has been like whoop-de-doo, or not whoop-de-doo, like hooray, let's go the troops, pro-war, military. It's really strange, man. They just completely flipped because that's the people that ate up Bad Company.
Yeah.
And they became Dad Butt Rock.
I mean, Dad Butt Rock isn't always bad.
No.
Yeah, but they are.
But I much like their earlier albums much more.
Yeah.
I remember liking one of their songs from before then. I don't remember what it was. It was whatever their first big single was.
Was it The Bleeding?
I thought it wasn't bad.
I remember when all the games began. Remember every little lie. Remember every last goodbye.
That sounds familiar-ish, yeah.
Yeah, the chorus was like, the lying, the bleeding, that's tearing me apart. It was really angsty, but it was a good song. The riffage in it was good. Zolt.
Yeah, that's what I seem to remember. Is it definitely felt like a band that could do stuff if they wanted to.
I don't know if it's his real name, but their guitar player's name is Zoltan, like from fucking exactly, Zoltan.
They start throwing up the Z's.
Dude, where's my car?
And thank you,
Zoltan.
And his last name is Bathory. His name is Zoltan Bathory.
No, that's not his real name. Dude. That is the stage name.
That can't be.
I would say that's the stage name I ever heard, but the singer from Crazy Town was named Shifty Shellshock.
Dude, oh man, I watched Celebrity Rehab and I felt real bad for that guy.
Yeah.
Because he was a crackhead.
Yeah, he was.
Speaking of Celebrity Rehab, anybody take a look at Amanda Bynes lately?
Last time I saw her, she looked good. Did she fall off the wagon?
Oh, she looks not good at all.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Well, gentlemen, Zoltan Bathory is his actual name, and he is from Hungary.
Oh.
I don't know if I buy it, man.
Well, if he had an original name, I can't find it on the internet.
Sounds like
at
something
least from
that
what I'm searching,
powers a handheld. This handheld is powered by a Zoltan Bathory?
By the Zoltan battery?
So lithium Zoltan battery.
God, he should cover lithium. And is all a pretty song. Yeah, anyway. Mick, what have you been up to, buddy?
Quite a bit. So yeah, I went to CES. So I don't know. There were two parts of the convention that I think I want to talk about the most out of everything else. I did do a podcast over on Retro Handhelds where we kind of talked about some of the experiences we have. Very AI focused CES. Everybody wanted to talk about AI.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. But so we end up we got invited to the Sphere by Lenovo and waited in a long line of people who also got invited to the Sphere by Lenovo. And
like the big, like the Sphere?
The Sphere in Vegas, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Oh, that's Sphere. Yeah. Cool.
So,
God, I was like imagining like the playing field from Blitzball,
the
but
big
like
giant,
the octagon from UFC. Like combine those two. Get in the Sphere.
The big giant round
Blitzball
screen
fighting.
Autosphere.
Yeah, the thing's cool as hell.
And the whole so we
nice
finally get inside. We sit down because there's going to be a keynote there by Lenovo, and the whole time I'm looking around and there's it's just a big giant screen. And there's a Lenovo logo and like there's like a slideshow going on in the front of the front of the screen. But behind it all are all these like rotating 3D rectangles and cubes. So I end up whispering to my buddy Rob, I'm like, look around. Do you feel like you're sitting on the inside of a PlayStation 2 menu screen right now? And so
insert memory card now.
So we got a good laugh at that. And then we sit.
I was definitely thinking like one of those early 3D renders that was like on the covers of folders for kids.
Well, no, it's just the way the cubes were rotating and the fact that they were 3D and like it just reminded me of the like atmosphere. Like in that menu screen where like, yeah, you have the menu options in the front, but then behind it there's all this stuff like spinning around.
Yeah, there's all those like rectangular prisms.
But that's exactly
skyscrapers almost.
That's exactly what was behind like all the Lenovo text.
Did you try to like get past the Lenovo pet text and boot up Res or something?
No, it's just a giant screen, but I know you're making a joke. Oh. Anyway, moving on. And so my second thought was it'd be really great to see a concert here. And so we sit through a 2-hour freaking keynote, like long ass keynote. And then finally that wraps up. It was just all about AI stuff and Lenovo using AI to do this and that and all that. And they were introducing their Kira, which is basically Siri with a different name. And so finally the keynote's over. And they're like, please come back in 15 minutes. We have a surprise concert for you.
Oh.
And so we all had to like use the bathroom at that point. We were a little hungry, so we leave our seats, and most of the people there they're just there for the keynote. They're nerds, so they like a lot of people left, and we found just like this area in the Sphere is just a big like wall to wall coolers, and inside the coolers is all just like different types of beer and drinks and all that, and we were able to just walk up, open a cooler, grab one. Like, everything was paid for by Lenovo. So, like, you literally just went into a cooler like you were freaking in your house going in the fridge and just grab a beer. And then they brought out, like, cake pops and, like, popcorn and shit.
Oh, I love cake pops.
Sweet.
And cookies and stuff. Like, just kind of snacky stuff. And so we go back in. A lot of the guys I was with were kind of tired, but I'm like, well, let's at least... I'm thinking to myself, like, let's at least see what the freaking concert. Let's see what the concert is, because, I would like to just see what a concert is like here at the Sphere. Like, how often are we going to get to the Sphere? Well, the surprise concert was Gwen Stefani.
Huh.
What?
Yeah. Gwen Stefani freaking walked out and, like, sang for, like, an hour and a half.
How was she doing?
Did you recognize her?
Oh, yeah.
Sure don't.
All the songs that she sang were like songs that everybody knows as Gwen Stefani songs. Like,
So she did like Spiderwebs and Bananas. The song is not called Bananas,
but yeah, there was that. There was basically every song she sang I recognized.
Did she bust out "I Saw Red"?
All like the No Doubt classics.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's a Sublime song, but she was in it.
Oh no, she didn't do that one.
Oh,
I don't know. She looks great considering she's like almost 60.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she's almost 60. She's like 58. Waiting for the Google.
Yep, Dalton's looking
He's looking down.
She's 56. Give her some credit.
Okay, 56. She looks really good for 56. Her voice, on the other hand, did not age that gracefully. She didn't sound bad, but she didn't sound like Gwen Stefani either. Like, I don't know. I can't hold it against her because, like, I don't know. When you get older, your voice changes. It just fucking happens. I started to, like, a little later on when she got, like, warmed up, I started to, like, hear some of it come back.
A lot of rock stars, and it might be easier to do in rock than it is to do in pop music, which is what she started doing. But, like, like Ozzy, Crazy Train was written in standard, dude. And by the time he was an old guy doing Crazy Train, they probably played it in C. Lowered the octaves, make it easier for him to sing.
That's possible.
You know who needs to do that? Motley Crue.
Oh my god, that is one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
You know who didn't try to lower the octave when I saw them in concert last? Which was, granted, I want to say it was like 10, 15 years ago. Cinderella.
I haven't thought about them in a long time.
Could they still hold it, though?
Nope. No, his voice is shot. His voice is fucking shot.
I was going to say, that was not one of the A-tier bands of that genre in the
I
first
loved
place. Like, I only know the name. I only know the name because my sister was actually a huge fan when we were kids.
I had the Cinderella album titled Cinderella on cassette.
With the hit song Cinderella from the movie Cinderella.
And I think I had a couple of cassette singles too. God.
Inspired by the book Push by Sapphire.
You guys are too young for this. I used to walk into a Strawberries, and my dad would buy me cassette singles for like $1 each, and they had like one song on side A and they had one song on side B.
Yeah, because singles are a little before my time, actually.
I do remember shops having them, but all the cassettes that I had were more like compilation tapes of songs
Full
from the
albums.
80s, or like I had Alpalooza on VHS.
Yeah,
on cassette,
I had like 14 Weird Al tapes, like, seriously. But yeah, a lot of compilations too, or like compilations of novelty songs from the 60s and 70s, things like that. Oh, hey, buddy.
This is Luna. It's my cat.
Luna.
Hi.
I think she wants out, and I have the door closed.
She's like, hey, man, let me out this bitch.
Yeah.
One second.
Roam. I'm going to go let the kitty out. Probably has to poop.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I have a quick tale that I forgot to tell during my turn. So I'm at work.
He's at the cat exit symposium.
Yeah.
You know, I left my headphones on, asshole.
That was like the least mean joke I have ever made at your expense.
Real quick, the other day at work, the girls were making fun of me, right? So I'm working with Hannah and Katie, and this girl comes in, and I check her in, and she comes over to my register, and she's a new patient, so I'm setting up her profile, and we're just talking, and she tells me what she wants. I go and get it. I do it before I ring her up and everything, and she's like, all right, I'll be sure to come back and see you sometime. And I'm like, yeah, you have a good night tonight. And she's like, yeah, you too. And she leaves, and I hear Katie go, Dalton. And I just look over and I went, huh? And she was like, uh-huh. And Hannah's like, I told you. Because the girl had already walked out at that point. And I was like, hold on, what did I miss? And they were like, that girl was flirting with you and you had no idea. And I was like, what? Was she? They're like, absolutely. Are you kidding? You didn't notice? I'm like, no, I was treating her like I treat everybody. I was like, she was cute. And they were like, you were not treating her like you treat everybody. I was like, what the? So it just made me laugh. They've been poking fun of me about that. And then that girl came in tonight, and I was standing there talking to her. Like, she came in, and when I was talking, as she was leaving, I was going to get my stuff before I leave. So we're talking for a minute, and she leaves, and I turn around, and there's Katie looking at me going, mm-hmm. And I went, oh, God damn it. She caught me again.
Gotta get her number.
Yeah, that's all my to do. I need to remember to look at her hands. That's the first thing I do. Is I look at the ring fingers just to be safe. But
Fair.
But yeah.
Not a bad thing to do, especially at our advanced age of 400
Yeah.
or however old we are.
At our vampiric ages. Yeah, that was just my quick little anecdote. Continue, Mick.
So, well, that was the one big thing. What was the other big thing?
I mean, I did not expect the words Gwen Stefani on this episode of the podcast.
Me neither.
So.
Yeah, no, that was... I mean, I think the experience of seeing a concert at the Sphere was cooler than the fact that it was actually Gwen Stefani. Because I spent more time looking around at like how the scene would change and how it would look very much like an actual like concert set, but it's all on a big giant screen.
Oh, man. Mick, you might not get the reference, but Willie, imagine Death Clock in that. With the whole animated thing around you. Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be sick as hell. Gorillas, Death Clock, Gem and the Holograms.
Oh, fuck yeah, Gorillas too, man.
I'm sure they've done... Apparently, Backstreet Boys is going to be doing a concert there next month.
That sounds pretty sick, actually.
No, in July, Weird Al is coming to Connecticut, and I got tickets. I'm like, he has been on my bucket list for fucking years, and he
remember that blanket that Nate got me for Christmas?
That's the other thing I want to talk about. It has nothing to do with CES. I don't know. That week came and went so quick. It was just such a rush. Got to see a lot of YouTuber friends in person. Got to hang out with friends I only get to see once a year. So no, it was just a good time. It was a lot of fun. It was a good getaway. If I were to pick one piece of tech that I really liked in the whole show, it was probably a GameSir's booth. They're a controller company. And they showed off this telescopic Bluetooth controller that you can actually pull out the button modules, and you could put in an N64 layout, and you could put in a GameCube layout, and you could put in a Sega Genesis layout. And so, cool. You can use, your phone or a tablet to emulate and swap those out. But I was talking to, one of the engineers who, is prototyping the design, and he said the primary function of this controller is for Switch 2. Because Switch 2 has Genesis Online and GameCube Online and N64 Online. So he wants you to connect this thing to the Switch 2, put the Switch 2 in the part in the middle, and be able to just swap out the modules depending on what you're playing. And that's kind of badass.
That's cool, because I feel like especially the 6-button Genesis, the Sega Saturn, and the N64 controllers all really they don't feel right if you try to use a traditional Xbox.
They don't. No, you're right. I agree with you on that. To the point where I even have a freaking controller for when I play N64 games that has the C-stick layout. Other than that, Dalton, we had a conversation.
Oh shit!
Last week or so.
Did we?
We did. That conversation went along the lines something like this. Hey, Dalton, I got this new brand of heroin.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to try some of that heroin?
You did, you motherfucker. You were like, hey, man, I know you recently got clean, but I've got some heroin for you in the form of World of Warcraft.
I re-upped World of Warcraft. I was talking to a buddy of mine. He's been playing it religiously for decades. Now at this point, it's the only game he plays. And he's been telling me some of the new stuff. And I don't know. I got fascinated enough to get a month. And during my playtime, now granted, I haven't played it in a few days, but they were doing something called Legion Remix, which is a timed event where you get to create a character, like a seasoned character in Diablo, kind of. And that character will get fast-tracked to the level cap just by nature of you going through an older expansion, in this case, Legion. Now, Legion was the last expansion that I played when I played World of Warcraft. And so it was kind of a cool entry point. So I made a new character, and they kind of took me through this interesting tutorial where I was talking to a bunch of people that were in charge of a time agency. And basically it's the Azeroth version of the TVA from the Marvel Universe, where these are beings led by a dragon that are in charge of, maintaining and preventing issues with the timeline. And so you, by going through this expansion again, become what's called a time runner. And they basically say, like, you start as whatever your character is a character who loses their memory, because you have to start a new character. And they're like, the reason you lost your memory is because something happened in which you time phased into another version of yourself.
Yeah.
And apparently you were this great, amazing hero. And in order to prevent the timeline from falling apart, you have to be that hero again. Or you have to become that hero, because it doesn't really say where in the timeline you're from. If you're from the past and you get sent to the future, if you're from the present and you get sent to the past but lose your memory along the way. They don't say, but you end up becoming a time runner. And you go through the expansion like normal, but you get bonuses. Instead of getting gold, you get bronze, and you could turn in all the bronze that you get, and you get a lot for transmogs and mounts and special things that you would have only been able to get when Legion was the active expansion. And so that was kind of cool. I ended up getting a bunch of first of all, I loved the idea of time traveling in Warcraft. But I also wanted to get to level 80, because then you actually get the Time Runner title. And so I just accumulated a crap ton of bronze while this event was running. And I bought a whole bunch of transmogs. I got a couple of mounts, and it was just, I haven't played since, but man, if that wasn't a fun romp, like that, that was, I went hard for like a good few days and then kind of petered out, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it got me a mount out of it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, you didn't play too much of it.
No, it's because I'm being very weary. I have to put time into Like a Dragon, so I'm playing Like a Dragon.
Well, that's another reason why I haven't really gone back to it lately, is because, well, I'm letting them iron out the bugs with the pre-patch for the new expansion, because I'm sure there's bugs that need to be ironed out, which is probably why they're dropping a patch before the expansion goes live. But also, yeah, any free time that I have had playing video games, and it's not much, I've been playing Like a Dragon. Last thing I want to talk about is it involves our good friend and brother Nate. Yeah. So we all know he is going to be a dad fairly soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
And so I just remember a conversation that I think we had in the group chat where he was saying that he was going to, not be able to play that many video games anymore because he wasn't going to be able to sit at his computer as often. And it just made me think back to when Kyle was young, and where I kind of faced that same problem. And what got me through that was handhelds. And so I sent Nate my Xbox ROG Ally, and he's been playing the heck out of it. A lot of Mega Bonk.
Especially a lot of Mega Bonk. I keep seeing him log into that. And it makes me happy.
No, me too. Every time I see it, because I know he's enjoying it on that handheld.
Just a very good time.
So, and I did that because I want him to still be able to find time to game even as a new parent. So I hope that happens for him, and I hope he's able to, even if he's, brings it with him when the wife's in labor, and that's a long time waiting for stuff to happen in a hospital room, where he can hopefully get some gaming in.
He can speedrun Outlast 2, so as the baby comes out of his wife, he can watch it come out of us.
No!
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nate.
No!
I am kidding. What's wrong? A lot. Nate knows I love him. Nate knows I would not subject him to play through that again. Though, forever, that will be one of my favorite and most cherished memories, is that message from Nate. Well, didn't expect to see redacted in a video game, and I clicked the redacted. A woman giving birth, and I went, what? He's like, yep.
That was a thing. Oh, I just hope he doesn't get flashbacks to Outlast. I mean, to be fair, we adopted Kyle, so I've never actually had to experience my wife being in labor.
I Oh man.
So I don't know what he's in for.
I've never impregnated a woman, so I've never been there for a birth.
That you know
but
of.
when I was a kid,
Did you watch The Miracle of Childbirth?
I was walking into my bedroom to get some of my wrestlers, which I kept in one of my drawers in my bedroom. And my sister had given birth to my niece, and I had the VCR in my room, and they had recorded it. So my mom and my sister were watching my sister's birth. And I go in there, and I'm not looking at the TV. I'm like, I'm not going to look up. And I'm getting my wrestlers, and I shut the drawer, and they were like, my sister's like, it's the miracle of life, Dalton. There's nothing wrong with it. And I glanced up at the screen to see my niece crown, and I ran out of the room. Scarred for life. Did not need to see that part of my sister. Did not need to see that happen. Ugh. And yeah, so that's my experience with it. So I have always said that if I impregnate my wife, when I eventually we have a kid, if we ever have a kid, I'm going to be on this side of the towel, holding her hand, letting her shout at me, smack me, whatever she needs to do. But I'm not going to be on the other side. They want somebody to hold the camera.
Are you going to have a little tiny Shawn Michaels with you this time too?
Man, I might, in my back pocket.
So my brother said, when my first niece was born, he told me the story of how my sister-in-law had to have a C-section to get her out, and so the baby, I guess for lack of a better term, was extracted. And the whole time he was on the other side of so he didn't see anything. But then they say, do you want to hold her? So they go to hand her to him. And in order to hand her to him, he had to step onto the other side. And he just saw blood everywhere, and he almost passed out.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. So adoption's the way to go.
But, man, speaking of pregnancies, we played a puzzle game.
Not Outlast.
Not Outlast.
You want to talk about some cereal?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Patreon section. We played...
Are you being super serial right now?
We're on repeat now.
We played the Even More Incredible Machine, which is an extension of The Incredible Machine that was developed by Dynamics and Jeff Tunnel Productions, and it was published by Sierra Online in 1993 for MS-DOS, Windows 3.x, and Macintosh. And the game was later released in Japan in 1995. This version, including the original game and the levels from the add-on disc, extends to a total of 100, well, depending on what you believe. According to the fandom wiki, 160 levels. According to the cover of the game, 170. And it also added new parts to use and new music tracks. Didn't you boys hear all those new music tracks?
I'm gonna go ahead and be honest and say the music was not the main reason I played this game.
It was a product of its time.
Yeah, that's for sure. So first impressions loading it up. It immediately gave me flashbacks to being in elementary school, going over to the Macintosh and playing Gizmos and Gadgets, which was a later version of these types of games. And man, it was just a big old nostalgia blast.
Yeah, I would say almost the exact same feeling. I don't remember playing a game exactly like this, but we had a lot of edutainment games on the computers at school throughout, my childhood and stuff. And so just getting into one of these games immediately made me go, oh, it's like I'm back in school and I'm actually allowed to have kind of some fun for a while.
We have a free half hour.
Mm-hmm. So maybe it's more like, I don't know, Lemmings or Number Munchers or Dr. Quandary or something to me. But, I can see where this game would have been. It would have been like playing with Kid Pix or something.
Absolutely. What about you, Mick? What was your first impression loading it up?
My first impression was the fact that they used DOSBox to emulate this game.
It's my first time using DOSBox under Linux, so I was interested by that.
Well, just the GOG version, you load it up, and that's the first thing you see the DOSBox logo, and I'm like, oh crap, they're using emulation for this.
And
so that also theoretically means that you could probably get this running on pretty much any handheld that'll run a DOSBox emulator, which I think is in RetroArch
for sure.
And the thing is that they they pre-configure everything for you, which is what I love about it.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I don't know why, but the version I had downloaded and run had like the first 88 puzzles or unlocked already, so I could just kind of skip around, which I thought was kind of neat. Although that was not my first impression. It took me a while to realize that, because I was just going through the tutorial in order. Because actually, among my other first impressions, it took me a really stupid long amount of time to figure out how to attach the mouse to the treadmill, basically.
So, what if I told you that for the first time in TSMP history, I did not play this game on a handheld? I played this game on my regular desktop.
Was it too hard to try to control on a handheld?
No, because I could have just used the Steam Deck. It's a mouse game. So I could have used the trackpads on the Steam Deck very easily. You
needed that power for the 1990.
It wasn't
game.
even that. I just wanted to use a traditional mouse.
Yeah, I get that.
So I felt that something would be lost playing this on a handheld. I needed to play it on a screen.
Yeah, it's been so long since I played a game that controlled with a mouse in MS-DOS in particular, you know? I'm used to, like, Windows stuff, but I'm used to seeing those, like, pixely MS-DOS cursors that were custom-made for each game. Like, that was very nostalgic.
Yeah. The one thing I did notice is that I could not, for the life of me, get it to scale properly with my ultra-wide monitor. So it was nice and stretchy. It went across the whole thing. I mean, I still played it. I gave it I gave it a good solid hour and a half, and I did only the first 20 puzzles. I basically did just the tutorial.
Yeah, I hate to say this, that I kept having to close and come back to this and couldn't quite figure out the password system. So I played the first 7 levels. Like 5 times each.
Not so much the password system, but this definitely falls under first impressions. When you boot the game up for the first time, you have to put in a password that's in the manual to prove that you didn't pirate this game.
Except
GOG did patch it out, so anything you put it in.
I looked up the PDF of the manual.
You are adorable. If you had read the thing on the splash screen, it said just click any 3 icons on the next screen.
Yeah.
Nope. I looked up a PDF of the manual. But you know what?
Now, GOG took care of us,
I'm
dude.
glad I did, though, because then I read the next few pages, and it actually tells you how to solve the first puzzle.
Yeah, the manual is really nicely made, I think. I actually did look it up for my own reasons, and I liked the way it was structured. Like, there's like as notes from the inventor of the Incredible Machine or whatever.
Very similar to the Brady Games Guide for Myst.
Actually, yeah, now that you mention it, that Myst guide you found, very similar, that it's sort of diegetic to the game.
Exactly. So, and I love when manuals do that. I freaking love it. Like, that's a lost art to me.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. Manuals in general.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Willie.
Because Dalton loves having a lot of those big box PC games just because he likes having all the touchy-feely stuff, you know? Cloth maps and,
trinkets.
Infocom, the little trinkets and all the Infocom, like, copy protection.
That's why I sent him my collector's edition of Spore, because I knew that he would like all the physical stuff that came with it. And just the box design in itself was cool, too.
Is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that thing. Yeah, man, I miss those days, and
it's a simpler time.
I want to say GOG also patched the Leisure Suit Larry games with the age verification thing in the beginning.
Oh,
could
really?
Be wrong.
That is one of the most entertaining age verification systems ever made, though.
Oh, really? You're 60. What happened in this year that you would remember if you were 60? It's good shit. So did you? Well, listeners, we're going to be honest with you. There's only so much that we can talk about with this game, but we're going to give it our hamdest.
Yeah, the thing is, it's a puzzle game without a narrative. So unless you guys wanted us to give you a walkthrough of the puzzles we beat, like I think we can talk about some of the different gadgets and gizmos that you use to build the puzzles. If we haven't given the impression,
I was going to say that's why I played through the tutorial. Because I wanted to at least,
because you get to see.
I wanted to at least get a handle on the different parts of the machine that you can use. Because I don't think they changed much after Puzzle 20.
Right. I think it's basically the tutorials teach you all the parts, and then you just put them together later.
So I don't know. I guess do we want to mention some of the tools of the machine?
Sure.
I know the one that jumps out to my mind immediately is one of the first ones that you do where you have to set up the mouse traps and connect the mouse traps via conveyor belt, or no, excuse me, via just a belt to a conveyor belt. And you need to do this like 3 times and have balls drop so that it hits the mouse. So the mouse starts running to spin the conveyor belt, to move a bowling ball, to hit another mouse, to have that spin, to move the bowling ball, to shoot it into a hoop.
Yes, that's tutorial puzzle 1, and it was very satisfying.
That was a very good opening puzzle.
Yeah, I like that.
Because it's like, it takes you, at least for me, it took me a minute to figure out how to hook the mouse wheels up to the conveyors. But once you do that, it's like, oh, I can see how this is going to happen now.
Yeah. The other one early on too that they drop, where you basically have to do that same thing, and they show you how to set it up on the other side, but you don't think about it. At least I didn't, and I set it up and I just shot the ball the opposite way I needed it to, and I was like, oh fuck, I probably got to rotate the mouse cage, and I did.
Yeah, because if you have to rotate the mouse cage, because otherwise it's going to go the wrong direction. And I think they may hint that to you at some point.
They probably do.
Yeah,
it definitely says something about turning the mouse around.
Yeah, make sure.
On the start screen, because you can flip which way those go, left or right, and then that way you connect it to the cogs of the conveyor belt, and it goes that way or the other way, reverse
to the left
forward.
instead of the right.
Left or right, yeah. I guess it's probably the more accurate way of saying it. Because this is like a 2D, spritey... It looks like it's an MS-DOS game from 1993. Yeah. You're not going to be blown away by 3D graphics or whatever. But I think that like everything's kind of well designed too. Like there's a certain sense of whimsy to the devices. Like, it's not all very serious stuff. Like we said, the first mission is to use mice on wheels to power conveyor belts to launch a bowling ball into basically a basketball hoop. So, like, it never gets less silly for that.
As a matter of fact, there's actually puzzles that you have to solve by having cats chase mice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I think one of my favorite puzzle pieces was the bellows, because the bellows did a lot of things, you know? Because, like, if you drop something on it, it blew air, but also, like, stuff would roll off of it in different ways, too. Mm-hmm. So, like, there was a combination of physics puzzles when you had to, like, manipulate bowling balls with just, like, hooking everything up correctly, like if you were going to blow on windmills or something like that.
I liked...
Or not windmills, pinwheels.
I liked using the buckets and tying ropes to the buckets, and that way when the bucket drops, it fires a gun or pulls the trigger of a gun. Those were my favorite puzzles, the ones where you had to shoot guns. But part of that was also using a bellow or maybe not a bellow, but you use something to like cut the scissors, or there's like a scissors and you have to like trigger the scissors to cut the rope, which drops the bucket, which pulls the trigger, like cool little shit like that.
Yeah. It gets very Rube Goldberg machine-y very quickly, and there's something very satisfying about seeing it all work, or getting it to almost work, and just setting up the dominoes to fall a little different next time.
Yeah, and it's one of those games where, the way I solve a puzzle could be slightly different from the way you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there are physicsy ways, and there are, like, certain ways, you know what I mean?
There was a particular puzzle that kicked my ass, but when I finally figured it out, I was thrilled. And it was just because I wasn't placing things exactly where they needed to be. So there's one where there's like a bowling ball and a trampoline, and they give you 3 trampolines. Yeah. And you have to bounce your ball up the trampolines into the final hole thing. And I, for the life of me, for like 20 minutes, could not get that thing to bounce to that last trampoline. Or if it did, it wouldn't bounce high enough to get to where it needed to go. And I was like, oh my God. But when I finally figured that out, oh, what a good feeling.
You have to keep all the trampolines low, which I didn't think to do.
Yeah.
I kept making them higher and higher.
When you were streaming... Yeah, when you were streaming Truck Simulator in the group chat and I was playing a mission, it was one very much like that. That was all about setting up the trampolines specifically for the bowling ball. And that's why I kept like mumbling, because I was like off by what felt like a pixel every time.
Pixels, literal pixels. And it's just like, fuck.
But it was a fun kind of frustrating, like, because I felt like I could tell I was on the right track.
Yeah, because you know, like you're getting somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I can figure this out.
So clearly the ball is almost hitting the middle of the trampoline. I just need to give it a little less kinetic energy this time or whatever.
Are you okay, Mick?
Yeah. I'm
okay.
Coughing.
You were making a weird face, so I was just making sure you were.
No, I had to mute my mic because I just like had a coughing fit. It's that time of the night now where the mucus is just going to start accumulating. It's annoying.
As they passed it back and forth, they gave them both cough and spit. Down, down, down.
Something like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Let's see. You mentioned the guns too, and like there's one puzzle that's just like make all 3 guns fire, but there's other puzzles too where if you fire the guns, the bullets can take out balloons, and that might cause something to drop because the balloons are like lifted. Like there's a lot of interactions in this game. Like they clearly, one of the main things, the pulleys. Yeah, I really didn't get to mastering the pulleys. I will be honest with that. That was my worst tool.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I wonder if the guns popping balloons in some way influenced like games like Balloons later on, you know, where you're using physics and having to aim to pop the balloons with the projectile.
That's very likely.
I mean, considering when this game came out, I wouldn't be surprised if it influenced other physics-based games, because I don't think physics-based games were really a thing in the mid 80s or early 90s.
There were a few. I definitely remember playing an edutainment game for the Apple II that involved like building a car and using different kinds of lubricant and stuff on it, kind of like a Pinewood Derby simulator type thing.
Man, I've actually done Pinewood Derbies. That's a fucking throwback for me. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Put some pennies on the bottom, hope it goes quicker. Yeah, man. I hate to say it, I've pretty much talked about what I can about the game. Like I said, I played the first 7 levels like 5 times.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the only thing we really have left is we could name a few more devices you could use. But like, I think if I tell you to imagine what a hammer would do in this game, you pretty much can work out the rest.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those games where you pick it up for a little bit, enjoy it, put it down. It's probably what people did back in the day. Because I can only imagine that it took quite a bit to get through all the puzzles if you only played like an hour every now and again.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's also one of those games where people would eventually get stuck on it and play it for hours and hours on end, because that's kind of what Lemmings had the reputation of back then.
Yeah,
too.
I agree, because if you didn't have a walkthrough or something, a lot of these puzzles were hard. I did not use a walkthrough, and I was able to worm my way through the first 20 puzzles. I think if I had gone further, I think I would have started to get more frustrated.
Yeah. I feel like I would have struggled more on the ones that involved like the live animal type stuff instead of the straight physics objects.
Yeah. Although I did like the idea of like one of the puzzles being you have to like get the cats to chase the mouse back into his home, but if you're not careful, the cat'll eat the mouse.
Yeah, it's a good balancing act.
Now that was, I want to say, one of my more fun puzzles, and it's a shame that it was one of the last ones that I did, because I think if there's more than that baked in there, then I think it's a fun little game. It's just there's not much to say about it. Just, you know, if you're curious, definitely go on GOG and give it a try for yourself, or look at a couple of videos on YouTube. But it's just a charming little product of its time.
I wanted to bring that up. This game on GOG is $9.99, not on sale, but it's not just this game. So this comes in the Incredible Machine Mega Pack. So for $9.99, you get every Incredible Machine game.
That's actually
so you
pretty
get
good.
The Incredible Machine, the even more Incredible Machine, the Incredible Machine 3, Return of the Incredible Machine Contraptions, and the Incredible Machine Even More Contraptions. So that's a lot of puzzles for a game that you could probably get it on sale for like $4.
Yeah.
And I'd say this is definitely one I intended to go back to from time to time, just because it feels like just a satisfying game to, you know, tool around with for a few minutes.
Yeah, and to know that, you know, you've got 170 puzzles or so to get through, and it's what?
Yeah, there's a lot.
What is it, like 20 megabytes? Like 30?
It can't be very big.
Super
no,
small.
I think 20 might be hugely exaggerated.
Like for all of the games for the entire mega pack, it's 384 megabytes.
Yeah, it's a small game.
But yeah, so do we want to give some ratings?
I guess that's where we're at.
I believe so.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad that there isn't much to talk about with this game, but I guess it's a short game for a reason.
Yeah, it was on the short game poll, man. Which, oh shit, do I get to make another one? I already made another one. I don't remember. I think I already made it. We'll hash that out in a second. Mick, start us off with ratings, man.
Well, I mean, charming. It's not something I think would be like best game ever, but I think for a late 80s, early 90s point and click, something to pass the time, just something that's enjoyable, it's good. I think you could get away with playing it with the sound off.
Yeah.
If you have friends to play it with, I do recommend you try to compete with each other for best score, because there are bonus points if you do solve the puzzles quicker. So that's a point of conversation. It's just a charming little piece of history that I'm gonna give 6 pulleys out of 10 mice in cages.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. What about you, Bo?
Man, I mean, again, this is the kind of thing where it's like the scope of this game is definitely, it's a fun little educational / puzzly toy. So like, I can't really expect a whole heck of a lot out of it, but I think it does most of what it does well. I do think there are some frustrations with just trying to play it in DOSBox. Like, you had the issues with the stretchy screen. I had an issue with, if I alt-tabbed out of the game, it would only be normal resolution, as in windowed, never full screen again. I couldn't figure out how to full screen it from that, which is probably my own fault. I could probably learn how to do it, but it's just little things like that it doesn't kill the game, but I feel like if I'm playing something like this, I'm not taking it as seriously as I am different kinds of games, and not just based on when they came out, but I feel like this is closer to a toy to me than a game almost. Although the puzzles are real and legit, and they are well designed, and I feel like I would get more into it the more I played. But I feel like I'm also just going to go ahead and basically give this a 6.5 scissors out of 10 balloons, because it ain't bad. It's fun. It's worth looking at for nostalgia, even if you don't have nostalgia for this particular game, like I don't. But yeah, I mean, it's a soft recommend.
Okay. It's definitely got some old on it. Like, I remember talking about this at work with Hannah and telling her that we were going to record about this, and I was like, it's like an older puzzle game, and she named some game I don't remember, and I was like, no, it's older than that, and she was like, oh, kind of like PlayStation 1 era, and I was like, no, older than that. Let me show you a picture of it. And then I pulled it up on Google, and she was like, oh, okay, so you mean old? And I'm like, yes, I mean old. But yeah, it's got charm. A lot of those early dynamic Sierra games have a lot of charm to them, because there was a lot of love and, blood, sweat, and tears put into them. I think it holds up as a puzzle game. I don't know if it would be for everybody, because some people don't like the old when there's that much old on a game. But I honestly think that, like, for being as old as it is, that motherfucker ran and played a lot better than some old 3D games that I've tried to do recently.
That's very fair.
Certainly.
Like, fucking hell. I didn't need a community patch or anything to get it to work. So, like, kudos to GOG, because Lord knows I have tried to use DOSBox before, and it is beyond me. Even though DOSBox is supposed to be, like, easy to configure. No, it's beyond me, dude.
Yeah, I've got to give another shout out to GOG for just getting the copyright protection ripped out and, making the game play perfectly, like, or at least play as well as you would expect a game of this age to play when none of us are playing the operating system it came on.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude. But I think I have to agree with you guys that, like, this was a product of its time, though I do have nostalgia for Gizmos and Gadgets. Gizmos and Gadgets was a bit different. There was a little more to it. There was a little story in it. You had a little character you played as. There was some platforming elements in it. Like, it was an evolution of this. I think I'm going to agree with Willie. I'm going to give this 6.5 Incredibles out of 10 machines.
Okay.
And yeah, I think
it's a nice little toy. I'm happy we played it.
Yeah, for sure. And, like, I won't be upset if, like, Contraptions comes up sometimes, because that'll be fun too. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
All right, man. I guess that's the well, before I get into house cleaning, Mick, plug your stuff.
Team Retrog on YouTube.
All right. Willie, you got anything you want to plug?
Everybody stay safe in the snowstorm. It's throughout like a lot of the country and probably continent right now.
Don't get me started. Yeah. I'm freezing.
That's for sure.
That's with the heat on.
Let's wrap this up so you guys can go get under some blankets. and Willie, it is no longer anymore, but I'm going to say it again. Happy birthday, buddy. I hope you had a good birthday.
Oh shoot! It's after midnight.
If you would check us out over on iTunes or Spotify and give us a review, that would mean a lot to us. It helps us out in the algorithm, helps people find the show. Especially since like now when you Google the Steam Machine, we're no longer what pops up. Like there was a sweet spot for a little while when you Googled the Steam Machine, we would be on that first page, and no, not anymore. Now it's just article after article about the Steam Machine coming out soon for the actual console. So
dang it, Valve.
Damn it, Valve. Join the Discord. That's where all the cool stuff happens. Fuck social media. bit.ly/TSMP Discord. All capital letters. That'll get you an invite into the Discord. Come join in on our shenanigans. We've had a bunch of people join recently.
I've noticed that, yeah. I've been mostly offline for 5 days. I come back and look and I'm like, wow, we got a lot of new friends.
Yeah, I was looking the other day and it said like 40-something people online and I went, wow, we have a community. Like,
oh yeah.
It's not just a group of us anymore. We actually have a community now.
Shout out to Team Retro subscribers who have joined the Discord recently.
Yeah, there's been a few of them that, like, judging by their picture and their name, I don't ask them how they found the show. I'm just like, welcome to the shenanigans, because I already know you're one of the handheld people. But you guys are welcome. I hope you enjoy. It's like I brought Kalarian over.
Oh, Kalarian.
And he's
love
the man.
That man.
Yeah, Kalarian's cool. So yeah, bit.ly/TSMP Discord, all capital letters. Come join in, and we're always up in there chatting about something. Check out the website, bit.ly/The Steam Machine Podcast. Patreon. You want to donate to the show? It helps me out a lot, and I very, very much appreciate it. Patreon.com/The Steam Machine Podcast. Get your episodes early, ad-free. You get the stuff in the beginning just for the patrons. And now, and I haven't done one this year yet, but you also get the JRPG report ad-free as part of the Patreon. I just merged them together. So yeah, that is a part of that as well. And you can also get your name read if you do $10 or more a month. You get all of that and your name read on each and every episode, like these wonderful people. Nate Sir Cogsworth, the 7th of Juniper, Jeff the Original Expendable, Mr. Syllables, Old Jeffy Lube. Also, he is, in fact, a duck. The RPG Wolverine, Logan Jareed, which, quickly, shout out Logan. I get a random package, and I open it up, and there's just a note that says, happy early birthday from the RPG Wolverine. And it was, and let me show you.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, what we got here?
What did you do, Logan?
And I know you guys are going to know that how much I appreciate this. This is a neck massager.
Ooh.
That you can, like, you put it...
Oh, that thing has some heft to it, too.
And it's got these things you put your arms in, and then you turn it on, and it's just like, oh, yeah. I'm not going to do it now because I'll fall the fuck asleep sitting here. But
yeah, that thing looks like it's got some muscle to it, dude.
I love this thing, man. It's so nice. And he was like, I thought about getting you a wireless one, but I figured wired would be better because you don't want it to die while you're using it. And I was like, bro, this cord is long enough that I can be sitting in my recliner by my computer, and it's perfectly fine. And I'm like, it's fucking sweet. So thank you very much, Logan. This thing's awesome. And thank you, Mikolov, for that handheld, by the way, because being able to lay up in bed after a long day and just kick back, throw on the TV, put on some, I've been doing the LG channels, so I've been throwing on the No Reservations Anthony Bourdain channel.
Oh.
And then just been messing around on that handheld. I haven't even really played on anything yet. I'm still exploring it, like all the things I can do with it. It's
there's
cool.
A little bit of a learning curve, but once you get settled in, it's you'll wonder how you lived without one for so long.
Well, I linked my Play Store account to it.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a game that I bought on Play Store, I don't know, 7 years ago. That's a Pokemon ripoff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, now I can play it on this and have the controls. Hell yeah. So I might give that a check out. Yeah. I don't remember the name of it.
And the nice thing about it is even if the game doesn't natively support controls, there's a built-in mapper.
Oh, that's badass too. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
hell yeah.
I know way before Genshin Impact got controller support, which took forever for it to get controller support on Android. I had to go in and use a key mapper to manually to manually assign like where the joystick went, where the camera things. So it was a big pain in the butt. So I'm thrilled that they finally brought controller support to Genshin Impact.
Oh yeah! All right, I'm gonna start over because I got out of my rhythm. Nate Sircox with the 7th of Juniper, Jeff the Original Expendable, Mr. Syllables, Old Jeffy Lube, also he's a duck, the RPG Wolverine, Logan Jareed, Ariser Adam, shout out to his podcast Spectre Approved with Fenny, Team Retro, go check him out over on YouTube, Mr. Puzzles, Dane himself, Flying Brian, Dorian Gray, and Fenny.
Fenny!
Hey, welcome aboard.
Fenris, I need to add him. I just remembered that I haven't added him to this, but I do remember that he did join. Fenris the...
Final Fantasy XIV Fenris.
Fenris the healer.
Okay. Oh, he heals?
Oh, that's nice.
I remember Fenris being a healer, and if I'm remembering wrong, he can kick me in the shin, but...
That's the opposite of healing.
Exactly. If he wasn't a healer, yeah.
Oh, well, that's a good point.
Yeah, so you pick up what I'm putting down. And he's not a patron at the moment, but I like saying it anyway. Chad the Mad Lad, no goddamn seeing his last name, Schaefer.
Giving away too many freebies, bro.
We love you, Chad.
Yeah.
Other than that,
thank you all very much.
Yes, it means the world that like not only that we have a community in Discord, but we also have people on Patreon that like pay us to hear our bullshit. We appreciate it very, very much. Wait, we do have a question. Kana has been on me. I keep forgetting to ask this before we get out of here.
Oh, okay, nice. Is it one where I'm gonna have to look at a picture?
No.
Should we just
Willie, I was actually thinking, Willie, you're gonna be able to easily give an answer to this. Mikolov, I'm not so sure.
Why does that make me feel like nervous?
Me too, quite frankly. What are you doing, Kana? I'm gonna go into TSMP questions right now.
Okay. How much money, this comes in from Kana, how much money would it take for you to take a chop from Gunther?
Ooh.
What's a chop and who is Gunther?
Okay.
Those are pretty important questions.
Gunther is a WWE wrestler. He's the big Austrian guy.
Okay.
And the chops that he throws is, say you're bare chested, and he takes his hand and he cups it about like this.
Uh-huh.
And he rears back and he slaps his hand and his forearm across your chest as hard as he can. Bam. That's a chop.
If you've ever seen like a Ric Flair match, that's the move everyone yells, woo!
Hold on. I will give you a perfect example. Sheamus post Gunther.
No, I think I have an idea as to how painful it's going to be.
Oh, no. Let me show you this picture. Copy.
I believe when you sent this picture to one of our group chats, Nate said, I think I already know who he was wrestling.
Yeah, Nate knew who you wrestled. I didn't even have to tell him. It's in Cooler Recording Group thing.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, they can get spicy. That's multiple, though. That's not, we're talking one shop here.
Yeah, this is just one chop. That's multiple that made Sheamus bleed. So just remember that.
Yeah, he got given them throughout the match. Yeah.
I'm going to go... Shit, I would probably do it for free for the story, but...
that's the other thing I'm thinking, too, is like, I would probably set the bar pretty low just because, like, damn, it's one of those things that's considered kind of an honor, too.
Yeah.
And like, that is a particular wrestler that I do respect a lot, and I respect the shit out of his chop in particular,
Yes. But to answer Connor's question, I'm going to say about Tree Fitty.
About Tree Fitty.
You know what? I don't know this guy. I'm going to be in pain for several days. Just pay my mortgage. We'll call it even. If I don't have to have a mortgage payment, but I get to be in pain for like 2 weeks, it's fine.
Honestly, probably around $50, dude.
Not that it matters.
Times are tough.
But that's Gunther. Not that it matters, but...
If he dies, he dies. That's a different...
Exactly.
Honestly,
exactly, Drago. Yeah. Except now it's John Cena tapped like a little bitch.
Oh my god, that face really does look so much like Dolph Lundgren as Ivan Drago. That is really, really good call.
He dies. Hell yeah. All right.
That was a fun question.
Yeah, and I think that was the only one. Let me just double check. I don't want to be... We haven't done questions in a while.
There is another one from Kana I noticed. Oh, I think it's a repeat question because I wasn't on the show the last time you asked it, or the last time he asked it.
Yeah, what would your Yakuza back tattoo be?
Oh, did I give one for this one? I feel like I was on that one.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I said.
Me, you, and Nate answered
I probably said something whimsical. Yeah.
What would my back tattoo be?
A Deku tree.
Fucking Charizard.
Damn, okay. I could see like an Oni'd out Charizard.
Or Dragonite. Either or. I might be okay with Dragonite.
Like a Dragonite.
I might be okay with Dragonite.
Welcome to Like a Dragonite.
Like a Dragonite. Yeah, I think, no, fuck Charizard. I think I would do Dragonite.
And we have one more question from Fenris. Was there ever a band or an artist that you stumbled across that completely changed something in you? For him, it was Alan Walker. And for Jeff, I am like baffled by this, but Jeff's answer to this was KMFDM.
That is a really interesting answer.
Jeff knows about KMFDM?
Yeah, for some reason, I don't imagine Jeff listening to all of
Me either. It just baffled me, but I'm impressed. Kill motherfucking Depeche Mode.
That is also the tool I used to remember that name.
Uematsu from Square Enix.
Ooh, excellent choice. Damn, that's really good. Because I want to do video game compositions and shit too. So Uematsu and Koji Kondo would be like two of the most influential composers to me, just from the broad amount of different things they did.
Yeah.
Let's see. But I don't want to steal your answer and do another game, guys. So honestly, probably it was like, as a kid, we listened to a lot more oldies and country music. So I think maybe it was Led Zeppelin that was the first like hard rock band of any kind that I really got into.
Okay. Both of those very legit answers. So growing up, my dad being a musician, and watching him and his buddies play guitar all my life, there was like my dad's style of music, which was, the Tom Petty, the Jackson Browne, Michael Franks, Bob Dylan, that style, Beatles. Then there was the stuff that I started to get into, like, Korn, Slipknot, Mudvayne, all the heavier stuff, and then like death metal. And I was like, I would love, and then I also like outlaw country, I like some other things like that. And I'm like, I want to do all these different things, but like, I don't think it fits for somebody to be in like a metal band and do country thing and all that type of stuff. And then I discovered this dude when he was in what was considered an extreme metal band called Strapping Young Lad.
Oh, this is a good answer. Yep.
I really, really liked Strapping Young Lad, and then they split, and I'm like, oh, well, what the hell? But then I see, Devin Townsend, the lead singer and the guitar player, has some solo stuff. I was like, oh, well, let me check that out. And it took me down a fucking rabbit hole where I found out, Devin Townsend was the singer for Steve Vai for a while. Then he did some solo stuff. Then he joined Strapping Young Lad. They signed up for Strapping Young Lad. They did a 6 albums and 2 live albums, right? That was their deal. And when the deal was up, they didn't renew it because Devin said he got all of his anger out. So on those 6 albums of Strapping Young Lad, that is literally Devin Townsend getting out all of his like aggression, anger, drug rage, all that type of all that stuff. He got it all out. And now he does whatever the fuck he wants. He might put out an ambience album, and then he puts out Casualties of Cool, which is like this country little ditty thing with this girl. Then he'll put out a 4-part metal symphony album type thing, and then he'll do an acoustic album, and then he'll put out a rock pop album. He does what the fuck he wants, man. And I love that. And it just completely changed the way that I look at making music, which is why now that I do hip hop, I do rock, I make a little EDM, I play acoustic and do country stuff. Like I like it all. And I don't just subject myself to one area. And I owe that to Devin Townsend.
Nice.
Very cool answer.
But and that was it for housekeeping as well. So we'll be back in 2 weeks to talk to everybody about some Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7. We have hit the turn-based ones, and
we have thoughts.
I cannot wait to talk about just the opening, like when you meet Ichiban. I can't wait. Yeah. Anyways,
we're holding on to some real conversation here.
It's gold, Jerry. Gold.
Yeah.
We will be back in 2 weeks to talk about Like a Dragon. For Icebrand, for Team Retro, this is the Steam Machine, Dalton. Everybody, until next time. I almost did the fucking get back out there and level up. Take it easy.